The story of Walt Disney. A long time ago, on December 5, 1901, a baby boy named Walter Elias Disney was born in Chicago, Illinois. Everyone called him Walt. He lived with his parents, Elias and Flora, and his brothers and sister. Walt's family didn't have much money, but they had love and big dreams. When Walt was a little boy, his family moved to a small farm in Marceline, Missouri. Life on the farm was simple and peaceful. Walt loved being outside, exploring the fields, and watching the animals. He especially loved drawing. Walt would spend hours sketching pictures of the animals he saw on the farm, like cows, chickens, and even the little mice that scurried around the barn. Even back then, Walt had a big imagination. Walt also loved stories. His mom would read him books, and he would get lost in the magical tales. He often dreamed about creating his own stories one day. Life on the farm gave Walt many ideas that he would use later in his career. As Walt got older, his family moved again, this time to Kansas City. Walt went to school there, but he found it hard to sit still in class. He loved art more than anything else. When he wasn't at school, Walt helped his dad deliver newspapers. It was hard work, especially in the cold mornings, but Walt didn't complain. He used every chance he got to practice drawing. In high school, Walt's love for art grew even stronger. He took art classes and drew cartoons for the school newspaper. He started to dream about becoming an artist one day. Walt also loved to entertain people. He would put on little shows and tell funny stories to make his friends laugh. Everyone could see that Walt was creative and full of energy. After high school, Walt decided to follow his dream of becoming an artist. He moved back to Kansas City and got a job making ads for newspapers and stores. But Walt wanted to do more. He dreamed of making cartoons that could move and tell stories. Back then, animated cartoons were a new idea, and not many people believed they could be successful. But Walt didn't care. He believed in his dream. Walt started a small animation company with a friend. They worked hard to create short animated films. But things didn't go well. The company ran out of money, and Walt had to start over. He was sad, but he didn't give up. He decided to move to California and try again. In California, Walt teamed up with his brother Roy. They started a new company called Disney Brothers Studio. Walt created a cheerful little character named Mickey Mouse. Mickey was brave, fun, and full of energy, just like Walt. Walt also added sound to his cartoons, which no one had done before. In 1928, he released Steamboat Willie, the first cartoon with sound. People loved it. Mickey Mouse became famous, and so did Walt. With Mickey's success, Walt kept dreaming bigger. He wanted to create longer cartoons that told full stories. Many people thought it was impossible, but Walt didn't listen. He worked for years to create Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the world's first full-length animated movie. When it came out in 1937, it was a huge hit. People were amazed by the beautiful animation, the music, and the magical story. After Snow White, Walt made more beloved movies, like Pinocchio, Dumbo, Bambi, and Cinderella. Each movie was full of heart and magic. Walt loved bringing his characters to life and sharing stories with the world. But Walt had another big dream. He wanted to create a place where families could go to have fun together, a place where his characters and stories could come to life. He dreamed of a park filled with castles, rides, and magic. In 1955, Walt opened Disneyland in California. It was like stepping into one of his movies. Families from all over the world came to see the park, and it became a huge success. Even though Walt was very successful, his journey wasn't always easy. He faced many challenges and failures along the way. Some people didn't believe in his ideas, and sometimes he lost money. But Walt never gave up. He believed in himself and worked hard to make his dreams come true. Walt once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Walt Disney continued to dream and create until the day he passed away in 1966. Even though he is no longer here, his legacy lives on. Today, Disney movies, theme parks, and characters are loved by millions of people around the world. Walt Disney's life is a story of imagination, hard work, and never giving up. His dreams brought joy to the world and continue to inspire people of all ages. Walt taught us that with courage and creativity, anything is possible.